What is poppin'? What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I post every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It is only right, you guys. So the Dallas Cowboys making moves. Mike McCarthy, their next head coach, and to me, I like the hire. I do. I don't have too much to say about this. Listen, we all know Jason Garrett need to go. Jason Garrett, he's a good coach, not a great coach. The Cowboys clearly reached their ceiling with Jason Garrett. Look, he's good enough to win a division a couple of times. He's good enough to win an occasional playoff game if he has a talented team. However, 2 playoff wins, 10 years, not good enough. He's out. The team clearly has the talent this year, although I will say the players underperformed to a certain extent, but you can clearly see the Dallas Cowboys have a great roster. They just need a coach to bring it out of them, in my opinion. I believe Mike McCarthy potentially can do that. And Mike McCarthy was the best head coach on the market. You know, there were some rumors about Dallas maybe looking at Matt Rule, Josh McDaniels, maybe Lincoln Riley, or Urban Meyer. To me, all 4 of those hires would be okay hires, but it's a lot of unknowns with those hires. I think Mike McCarthy's a proven commodity. He's experienced. He's a guy that gets it. He knows how to command a locker room, and I do believe Mike McCarthy will provide the discipline that the Dallas Cowboys need, okay? Mike McCarthy, he's been a coach for over a decade. You know, he's won a Super Bowl. I understand he had Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, but again, he did what he needed to do. He won big with those guys, and you know, situationally, Dallas was terrible this year. Their play calling was bad. They just needed a better head coach, in my opinion, and I believe that Mike McCarthy can be that guy. The only pushback I would say is Jerry Jones going to get in the way? Because as bad of a head coach as Jason Garrett was, we all can recognize that to a certain extent, he was kind of a puppet. Jerry Jones did not allow Jason Garrett to always make personnel decisions. He had Jason Garrett handicapped to a certain extent. So if Jason Garrett is always calling the plays, if he's not always making personnel decisions, if the owner, yes, the owner, not the coaches, are always having a say in certain things, it's going to handicap your head coach no matter how good you are. I don't care if you're Bill Belichick. So if Jerry Jones can stay out of the way, I think this could work for Dallas. And I'm not saying Mike McCarthy is Bill Belichick, not saying he's, you know, Mike Tomlin. He's not an elite head coach, but he's in that next tier. And with the Washington Redskins hiring Ron Rivera, with the Philadelphia Eagles having Doug Peterson as their head coach, both coaches have been to a Super Bowl. One coach has won one. This is a great counter move. He at least matches up from a coaching standpoint to those coaches. I think it was a great hire. If Jerry Jones can stay out of the way, this can work. And I'm going to say this right now. There are no longer any more excuses for the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott. Yes, Dak Prescott. I did not give you a pass this year, and I'm not giving you a pass this upcoming season. Now that you have an improved head coach, Dak Prescott, get it done. Get this team into the playoffs. Listen, this is my theory about the NFL. It's a quarterback and a coach-driven league. I believe you need to have an elite head coach and an elite quarterback to win big in the NFL. Or at least one or the other. Example, Peyton Manning, he took 4 different head coaches to Super Bowls. It didn't matter about the head coach at times because Peyton Manning was an elite quarterback, okay? The other example, Joe Flacco and Nick Foles won Super Bowls. They were not elite quarterbacks. They rose to the occasion in the biggest moments. I will give them credit, but they're not Aaron Rodgers. They're not Patrick Mahomes. They're not Russell Wilson. However, they had an elite head coach that got the best out of them and the team. Those coaches being Doug Peterson and John Harbaugh. So, look, I don't think Dak Prescott's a terrible quarterback. I think Dak Prescott is an above-average quarterback. He can win you a division. He can make good decisions. He can make the throws when he gets time to throw. But I don't think Dak Prescott is as talented as Deshaun Watson, not as talented as someone like Aaron Rodgers, not as someone as talented as Russell Wilson, not Patrick Mahomes level talent. He's just okay. There's nothing special about Dak Prescott, but I believe I will give Dak Prescott a shot to win big if the parts are around him if he has a good head coach. And the parts were around Dak Prescott this year. He had an above average offensive line, one of the best in the league. He had Ezekiel Elliott. He had Amari Cooper and a great wide receiver core. They brought in Jason Witten to be the tight end. They brought in Randall Cobb again. Okay, Randall Cobb was a great addition. He had nothing but great weapons to throw to. He had an above average defense. However, Dak Prescott was able to put up numbers. He had his best statistical season, okay? Meaning he put up good numbers. But guess what? Those empty calorie stats are not going to cut it. You know who else put up numbers this year? Jameis Winston. And he's doing nothing right now. He's sitting at home just like Dak Prescott, watching the playoffs. The 5 quarterbacks that led the league, including Dak Prescott, the 5 quarterbacks that led the league in passing yards are sitting at home and not making the playoffs, meaning they put up numbers, but they didn't win big games. And I saw this year time and time again, everyone wanted to blame Jason Garrett. Everyone wanted to blame Jerry Jones. I said this, okay, throughout the season. I lowered my expectations for Dallas as a Super Bowl caliber team. I realized the coaching staff is not intact, okay? They're not going to win a Super Bowl. However, there was no excuse to not make the playoffs. A prime example of this is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. I think he's probably an elite quarterback right now. However, the thing about the Houston Texans is they have good wide receivers. They have, J.J. Watt on defense, but that team is flawed. They don't have the requisite parts, in my opinion, to compete and win a Super Bowl. But Deshaun Watson is at least going to get them to the playoffs, okay? Dak Prescott, your team had a bad coaching staff. Okay, I get it. But can you at least make the playoffs? Dak Prescott versus Green Bay, versus New Orleans, versus the Jets and the Chicago Bears. He had 2 stinkers versus Sam Darnold and Mitch Trubisky. Not impressive. He lost to the Buffalo Bills at home on Thanksgiving. Lost to the New England Patriots. Lost to the Philadelphia Eagles for the season, with the season on the line. And people say, where was his shoulder? Well, Dak Prescott, if you took advantage of games versus Mitch Trubisky and Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater and, maybe Green Bay at home, maybe Josh Allen at home, you would maybe be able to sit out that game in which your shoulder was injured. It should never have came down to that. The Philadelphia Eagles were terrible. This division was awful. It was the NFC least this year. The division was awful, and Dak Prescott did not take advantage of it. And versus the Vikings, he lost in prime time. There were just games where Dak Prescott did not play up to standards. And he was the biggest reason why the Dallas Cowboys had demise this year. So Dak Prescott, you got your coach. No more excuses. And Dak Prescott, he bet on himself in the offseason. He turned down $30 million. Okay, listen, Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones has already told you about how he feels about you. He paid Jalen Smith before you. He paid a defensive end before you. Do you think that the Houston Texans are going to pay their defensive end and linebacker ahead of Deshaun Watson? Or do you think that the Chiefs are going to do that with Patrick Mahomes? The Eagles already even did not do it with Carson Wentz. They gave Carson Wentz his money early. Okay? And he had injury history. So Jerry Jones has shown he's not completely sold on Dak Prescott. If I'm the Cowboys, I franchise tag Dak Prescott this offseason, and then I see where he is at the end of this year, next year. And if Dak Prescott does not deliver, I'm drafting another quarterback because, like I said, Dak Prescott, he's a good, solid quarterback. But I don't know if his ceiling is winning big time games in the playoffs. I just haven't seen it yet. He beat Russell Wilson one time in the playoffs. That's great. But I need more Dak Prescott. So again, no more excuses for Dak Prescott. And also, we're going to find out a lot about Mike McCarthy too, because a lot of people feel, well, Aaron Rodgers was the reason Mike McCarthy was great. Well, we're going to see now. Mike McCarthy does not have Aaron Rodgers anymore. A lot of people feel that the Green Bay Packers made personnel changes and signed more free agents. The team could have won more Super Bowls with Mike McCarthy as their head coach. It was very unfair, in my opinion, to judge Mike McCarthy, saying, oh, it was just Aaron Rodgers, because, like I just said, the philosophy of the front office for the Packers was not up to par. So we never could fully tell if Mike McCarthy could get a team over the hump truly by himself, because he had Aaron Rodgers all the time. Aaron Rodgers, look, he's an all-time great quarterback. He's a top 7 quarterback of all time to me. You only need to do so much coaching with Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers this year, they look better without Mike McCarthy. So again, We're going to learn a lot about Dak Prescott. We're going to learn a lot about Jerry Jones. And we're going to learn a lot about Mike McCarthy with this pairing in Dallas. But it was a great move by the Dallas Cowboys. A+ move for the Cowboys. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? You know, or potentially if it doesn't, you know, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, you know, get other people hip to this channel, you know, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.